So today I'm going to talk about the top 5 worst makeup products I have ever used in my makeup using life. So these 5 are just the 5 that like really stand out in my mind and that I can remember really well. I'm sure maybe there's been plenty more, but these are the ones that I distinctly remember. And they're not going to be in any particular order because honestly I think they're all equally as bad. Anyway, let's get started. The first one that came to my mind was from Wet n Wild. This was a long time ago. I think I might have been in college. Yeah, maybe college days, so like 2010, 2008, I'm not sure. Anyway, it was the Wet n Wild Intuitive Blend Color Adjusting Foundation. So it came in like a squeeze tube. And basically it was supposed to like color adjust to your skin when you rubbed it in. So the instructions where you rub it in with your hands to activate the little, you know, those bead things. I don't know. Anyway, it didn't work at all. Yes, it did turn a color. I didn't think it matched my skin that great. Also, like the beads just didn't really like, not all of them emulsified or burst or whatever. So then there would just be like kind of chunks of foundation all over my face. It was just a mess. Didn't like it at all. I tried using it with a brush too, but obviously like it just didn't work because you really need like the heat of your hands or whatever. But even then, no, not good. Not good at all. And the next thing is also from Wet n Wild. I actually do really like Wet n Wild as a brand, but you know, they've made a couple of duds along the way. So this was a really, really long time ago, probably even before the foundation. This must have been like maybe high school. So I don't know, 2006 or maybe 2007. I'm not sure. So anyway, this was when like liquid liner was starting to become a thing. And it's one of the first liquid liners I ever tried. It was the Wet n Wild H2O proof eyeliner. I think it had a brush tip. It would dip in the pot. So the reason this was really bad was because they weren't kidding when they said waterproof. And it's not just waterproof, it's like everything proof. Now, obviously back then, my technique for putting on liquid liner probably wasn't the best, so that didn't help, but every single time I would put it on, I would get flecks down here from like it splattering, I don't know, every time. And you cannot remove those flecks because it is waterproof. It is like cemented onto your face, and then yeah, at the end of the day, so hard to remove. And then I think I wound up giving it to my sister, or my sister started using it, same thing. It was a really long time ago, so I don't really remember it that well. I'm not sure if I had tried using like an oil-based makeup remover or anything. I don't really remember, but I do remember not liking that eyeliner. Next up is something from Newt Stix. This is really the only thing I've ever tried from Newt Stix. I think it came in a Sephora Play box. So this is not that long ago. It was one of the magnetic lips. The color I had was called Stone. It was kind of a brown color, but that, kind of like the Wet n Wild eyeliner, it did not go anywhere. It was like cemented onto your lips, but it also just looked gross, like dry, made your lips look not nice, not hydrated, like dry, and ugh. Also, you know, the color wasn't the best for me, like a brown, I don't think really suits me that well, so did not like that. The next thing is another eyeliner, but this one was from Makeup Forever. It was the Makeup Ink Liner, and it had the complete opposite problem of the Wet n Wild eyeliner. It did not stay put at all. know, like, you wouldn't even need to necessarily cry or anything. Like, your eyes naturally kind of water or, you know, get watery sometimes. And, like, without a doubt, every day there would be smudging here, here, here. I remember one time my sister was wearing it, and I was telling her a story, and she started laughing so hard, you know, her eyes started watering, and just black tears down her face. Like, it just looks terrible. It was terrible. And I was really mad about that because that was like one that was a recommendation from a YouTuber. So that brings me to the last one, which is probably going to be the most controversial one. And it's really not just one item in particular. It's kind of a whole line of things, and that is MAC eyeshadows. So in the beginning days of YouTube, for like beauty YouTubers, I feel like you know, Coastal Scents and BH Cosmetics eyeshadows were really popular, but also MAC eyeshadows. MAC. Everyone was all about the MAC eyeshadows. And I bought into it. So I got, I think, 5 shades, along with a bunch of other things, but we're just going to talk about the eyeshadows because I can't wrap my mind around how are these so popular. Anyway, so I got 5 shades. One was shimmer, which was called Nylon, and that was okay. Not worth the price, but it was fine. It worked. The other shades I got were Carbon, which was a matte black. Again, I think that one was fine. Not worth the price, but it was okay. I got, there was a really dark charcoal one. I can't remember the name of it. Okay, maybe, yeah. The 2 that really stand out in my mind that were really bad were the matte white I got called Gesso and a matte pink I got called Yogurt. They were horrible. They were not pigmented. They got hard pan. They were just, I don't understand how MAC eyeshadows were so popular back then. I don't get it. I don't know. I didn't understand it. I was so unbelievably disappointed. I thought it was honestly garbage. Like, the drugstore had better eyeshadows. Now again, I only tried those 5, and yeah, like maybe 2 or 3 were okay. I still didn't think they were good, but 2 of them were just complete garbage, trash. And since then, I have not bought a single thing from MAC because I didn't think they were good. I think they're super overpriced. I don't know, maybe things have changed since then. This, again, was like 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, maybe. So maybe their quality has changed, but honestly, MAC just doesn't interest me, so I don't really care. Yeah, so those are 5 things that really stick out in my mind as being really bad. I'm sorry if you really liked any of those things, you know, everybody's different, so that's okay if you did like them, but for me personally, those were just not good at all. I'd like to know what products really stick out in your mind as being really bad, or what you think about the ones on my list, if you like them or not. Anyway, that's everything. I'll see you next time. Bye!